Coach, a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Down, 60 Pittsburgh.
Check, watch 54, watch 54. Tighten up, pull it together.
Get it.
Throwing on first down. Austin completes it to Hardman. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Brings up 3rd down.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches.
Come on, check.
They'll try and run for it without it. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
First down run with Elliott, going to go for about 4. 2nd and 6 coming up. There to stop him, Terrell Edmonds.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Look at me, zipper.
Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day.
2nd and 6. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 7 yards there and a first down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4.
2nd and 4. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
Come on, set. Rudy base.
I'm here all day.
Hey, Charlie.
43 is the mic. Coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo! 43 is the mic.
Ready?
They'll run on first down. Covington had some space to move right away as he's all the way up to the 30. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Get away with it.
Hey, Foxtrot.
Right there. 54, right there. 54.
Hit it.
Back to throw is Austin. From the gun, he'll throw. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. And now it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On second down now, Covington. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. The 13th play now coming on this opening drive. Here's third down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. No doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, it certainly appears that in this game, someone has decided they're going to open up their playbook. First quarter, and we see that play. I like their style.
Here we go. Check, check. Walk 54. Walk 54. Get in the way.
On first down, it's Grant.
Check one. Check one.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they can open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Second and 5. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 42.
A gain of 14. First down, Green Bay.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up first and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now a give right side. Grant. And some room to roam now. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. There's a party now.
Shoot. Back to throw. Austin. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain of 32 that time.
And the Vikings first down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Ready, ready.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. did get a couple up to the 49.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Cut.
Here's 2nd and 8. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Let's get off the field.
Now Austin to throw on 3rd down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Looking downfield for Jones. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Elliott. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Some of these play calls, conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
And that's caught by Smith. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. 23 yards on the play. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, Delta.
43.
Hey!
43, Mike. Got you.
Here's Austin operating from the gun. And that's Elliott, complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Draw play, Elliott. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
Hey, Sam off. Get it.
Austin now on 3rd and 2. That one complete to Elliott. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard
Go.
line.
70, Indy.
I got you. I got you.
They'll run on 1st down. Covington. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off. because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Ready?
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Austin. Complete. Smith has it. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. Well, this is how you shape the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row, I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Set. 10 Lobo.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On first down, Elliott. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards there, first down Vikings. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
You got nothing.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Silver.
Here's a 2nd and 7. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Irv Smith Jr., his 9th touchdown of the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. McManus's point after is good, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, just string them together. Could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. On second down, it's Grant. They'll get 4 back there on the run, but now they're looking up at a 3rd and 12 situation. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 14-7. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Able to slither by. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They're going to look to throw. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
Thrown to the sideline and incomplete. It's 3rd down.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Back to throw here. It's caught. Jones. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Looking deep for Julio. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors. Overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. They'll run on 1st down. Grant. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. It's caught. Lockett. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 42 yards. On 1st down, Grant. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Check.
2nd and 2. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Julio Jones hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 14. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
43 is the mic.
Ready?
Austin looking to throw on second down. Herndon's got it complete. And he lost the football. And this is going to be Packer football. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second. Second and 15. And he's got Shockey. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long.
Watch QB jump. Watch QB jump. Mike 5-5.
They'll set up to throw. He can run for it, and he will. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a fourth down.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
The kick by Carlson is good. And they take a 17-14 lead. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because it didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
And he's taken down inside the 30. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game.
Here we go. 60 Pittsburgh.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
Get it.
They'll run with Elliott. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Watch that in. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
Back to throw is Austin. To throw on second down. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt, just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level you hit them, they go through.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time able to get 3. That's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. This is Grant. And an alley to run. There he goes left side. 30. 10. Touchdown, Packers. A great effort there. 79 yards as his guys are able to regain the lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass.
Now he's into the clear. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. So down inside the 5-yard line. I have to say, really just a poor job defensively there.
You're exactly right. As a former defensive back, that was not played well at all. But give credit to the offense and give credit to the guy running the football. He gets it down all the way inside the 5.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. It's his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. McManus's point after is good, and that will tie us at 24. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're hoping to redo their efforts of the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
It's a big play that time for the Packers. Give him 52 yards on the ground. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. Down the numbers. There he goes. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys have now moved out in front. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Hey, team 6, team 6.
Watch out. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense.
Now Austin from the gun, he'll throw. Yeah, this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. 19 yards that time for number 19. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
Hey, Wahoo!
43. Mike's 43. 65. 65. 65.
To throw on 2nd down, Austin. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And it's taken in at the 9. A great return there of 22 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good. But this is caught at the 20. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 52 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. They will run with Grant. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Tyler Lockett with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field in this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's some guys, there will be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, but it'll be second down. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Hey, 42, 42. So we got man.
Here's Austin to throw again. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Austin now, operating from the gun. And it's caught by Herndon. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down.
60 Pittsburgh.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Hey, Charlie. Go. Shoot.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D.
And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
They'll run on first down. It's Grant. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Anthony Barr in on the tackle. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Looking to throw. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Galladay. It's a big play that time for the Packers. 42 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
54's Mike. 54's Mike.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Touchdown, Packers. Tyler Lockett, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. And the touchdown all set up by the big play one snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play, got the momentum going, right? That's you create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Second and 13. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. Another incomplete pass there. What do you take from this game offensively?
Well, you know it's tough to really analyze for them because it is a team game, right? And let's be honest, though. The defense did them no favors in this one at all. Offense actually moved the ball. So, bottom line, film session, defense is going to be a real tough one for them. Offense, they'll get a little bit of praise.
They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Austin from the gun, he'll throw. Completes it to Hardman. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
That's another Vikings first down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Box drop.
Back to throw is Austin. Throwing on first down. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, again to Elliott. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Hey, Alpha.
Now Austin on 3rd down. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 33.
Vikings first down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Ready? Hey, Echo.
On first down, Austin. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Anthony Miller, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. Little clock management 101.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. Looking downfield for Jones. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
All day. Joker.
2nd and 10. He lets it fly for Lockett. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. But, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Packers, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-4. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they fall to 6-6 now on the campaign. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home